Hi everybody, we are back. We are going to be doing the yellowing, I call yellowing, and it's the high points on the kit. So, like the tip of the nose, I'm going to label some of them. Tip on the head, tip of the nose, the point of the chin, the tip of the lip, like right here. Above the upper ears, on top of the ears, above the lips, high point on the ear, dot on the cheek, and if the eyes are puffy, if eyes are puffy, uh, like this is puffy, so it would go on there. You can cover the whole kit with yellow if you want, but and on the arms you do the hands, the top of the knuckles, the elbow, the top of the shoulder, back of the elbow, up the arm. On the foot, you do tip of the toes, the heel, the edge of the foot, like the outer portion right here, the knee tip, and the side of the thigh. So we are going to do that, and we are going to use only half of a half tablespoon. So what is that? I don't know. Just a little bit, not a full one, just a half a one of the distilled water. Shake your yellow. I'm using what they call, this one is opaque yellow, and that's what I'm using. And I think it's kind of a, it's yellow. It's just not like really bright, and it's not dull. It's just a normal yellow. And if you're using heat set paints, it's just yellow. I thought I wrote down what the name of it was, but I didn't. So, and you're just going to want to use, put your emulsion in there. And it's going to change the color of it. When you use glass and tile, it's clear, so it doesn't change the color. This changes the color. It dulls it a little bit. So just make sure you do your paint. Get a clean brush. We're using the number 10 brush, and I'm just doing half a brush to make it yellow. And I've got enough in here because I'm painting another kit at the same time, but it's a preemie version, so it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to look a little different, but I'm using almost the same kind of thing of what I'm following. And we're just going to take, I think we're going to use this brush. We may use another flat brush, but a smaller one, like this one. This is a number 6, I think. I think it's a 6. It's smaller than this one because we got to get in smaller areas. So I'm going to put my glove on. You do not want to get your oils, now that we're painting this and stuff, you do not want your oils on the vinyl of your hands. So make sure you put your gloves on. So you're going to hold it by the neck ring. Try to anyway. And we're going to do what it said. Take the little airbrush, get it sopped up with color. Get it sopped up with color, and we're going to do what it said. We're going to do the tip of the nose, the tip of the nose, the cheek, the chin, tip of the mouth, lip, puffy eyes, puffy eyes. And then we're going to get another sponge, which I have one in here. You're going to go through probably a whole bag of those when you're doing this. So you're going to just pounce it in. Pounce it in. bounce it in. And you will see, if it's in front of you, you will see a yellow tint to where you just put it. I don't know if if the video is gonna, you can see it on the nose, you know, and if you want it to show up a little bit more, which I do, I'm gonna do a little bit more. Sometimes I do it twice. It depends. And because I like the look of it. And I don't have the doll next to me. I'll show you what it looks like after it's all done. But you will see, I can see it. I'm hoping you can see it. Yeah, you can see the hint of yellow there on the eyelids, on the nose, the tip, in the cheeks, and the chin. You can see it a little bit. We're going to do a little bit on the top of the ears. His ears are really close to his head, so you don't want to get it on his head. And that's probably not going to show up as well as it did on the face. Different parts of the vinyl attach paint differently. That's why it's really, really, really important that you prime your kit. Okay, so that's cute. That is so cute. He's got color now. He looks so cute. I don't know if you can see the yellow on him. Can you see the yellow on him? I don't know if you can. I can from sitting here. I don't know. Yeah, you kind of can. So now on the feet, what did I say? The feet, tops of the toes. So the tips of the toes, and you just take it and go by like that. Tips of the toes. And leave it on for a second. Dab it off. And you can do it as many times as you want until you see it. I'm starting to see it, but we are going to do it again. It does get in between. You don't want it. And you're still going to need your little brush to get in between. Now it says to the heel of the foot, and I love the way it looks on the heel of the foot. So you do the heel of the foot, and it's going to drip everywhere, and you don't want it to drip everywhere. You just want it in that spot. I'm going to kind of soak up some of it so it doesn't see the yellow, and just let that soak for a minute, and then just take it, and you will be able to see some yellow. Like I said, you can do it 2 or 3 times, whatever you want to do. How you get it to look. You don't want it yellow, but you want to have it have that yellow tint. Almost kind of looks jaundice, like jaundice. That's what you want it to look like, is that. And then we're going to do the edge of the foot. So we're going to go from the pinky toe down in the heel. So going to do the edge. And you'll probably do this, I don't know, 3 or 4 times so you can see the color. I can see the color. This light, I mean, I have to work with the light, but I don't know if you guys will be able to see it like I do. It looks like jaundice, but not that yellow, you know. It's just a hint. It's just adding a hint of the yellow color. I don't know if you can see it. See the yellow tint? Let's get you over in this light. See if you can see it. Yeah, you can. You can see it. And you just keep doing it until you, and you'll see it underneath, you know, because we're going to do the mottling. It'll be underneath. Okay, so we did that. Now the knee, the tip of the knee. Yep, just a little bit on top of the knee. And we'll probably do that a couple of times. You can let it set here for a minute, but I wouldn't let it set till it dries, because then you're going to have watermarks, and you don't want. See, you can see that yellow tint, and it's just going to make it yellowy looking. And it's going to look really cute. It's just bringing life to him. But his knee looks cute. And then you're going to do the top of the thigh, the side of the thigh, which you could do like this or up here. I mean, it's just a little yellow tint, you know. That's it. That's it. And if you want to do more, you can. We need to do the top of his toes one more time. And then the side, because there's still paint on this. And just do the side again. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so there's one. And I don't know, I'll try to get it over here so you guys can see after the fact. Hopefully you'll be able to see it pretty good. So now we're going to do the tops of the toes, the side, the heel, and we're just going to let this set for a minute. Make sure it doesn't drip. Just put enough on that it doesn't drip, but it's on there. And just get that little piece off in between. I'm just going to let it set. See? It's on the tip. And leave it there for a second. Because if you leave it on there, it has more time to soak up into the vinyl, which is what you want it to do. But his little feet, after I'm done, are going to be red. So you see the yellow down in here, and then you see the blue in the middle. You can see the blue. And you can see kind of the yellow down here. And when we put the red on, that's going to be underneath the red and kind of pop through. It's going to look really good. So now we're going to do the knee. Like I said, let it sit there for a minute. Kind of sop up the really wet drops so it doesn't run anywhere. So it doesn't run anywhere. Let it sit there for a minute. Drain your sponge and then just pop it off. And you can do it as many times as you want to for it to show up just perfect. You know, you don't want it in your face, but you don't want it where you can't see it either, you know. Let's see, we'll do the tops of the toes one more time. And down here, we really don't need to do down here again, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And the tops of the knee, it needs more color. It needs more yellow, I think. I'm just going to let it sit there for a minute. And it's cold down here, so it does tend to dry a little bit faster. We don't want it to drip. And so we're just going to take this off. Yeah, that's perfect. I wish you could see what I'm seeing. And that's why it's hard to teach somebody unless they're in front of you, because you can't see the color, you know? Okay, let's go over here. See that yellow? See the yellow going up, and you can see the blue in the middle, the yellow hint around the toes. You can see it on the side here. You can see it. And then, I don't know if you can see his knee. It doesn't show up really well on his knee. It does, but it doesn't. So we'll do it again. 2 or 3 times, like I said, you're going to have to do. Sometimes you'll have to do it 5 times or whatever, especially if you're doing it really watery, because it's got to show up that, you know, it's layering. You're layering. And I've got it on there again. See? And we will take it off. I think that's good. It's going to have the hint on there. So I'm pretty pleased with that. And then on the hands, we are going to do the knuckles. And this one has knuckles on this hand. It has some on the other one too. You're going to go through the top of these knuckles, top of these knuckles, top of the knuckles, and you're going to leave it there because this is going to take a hot minute for it to set in. So you're going to leave that on. Okay. On the knuckles, you probably can't see. Okay, on the knuckles, you're going to leave that on there. The elbow, just kind of soak up the edges a little bit so it doesn't run. And then top of the shoulder, which is up here. Top of the shoulder. Back of the elbow. Well, we did that. The elbow. And that's pretty much it for this one. That's what you're gonna do, is the knuckles. Yeah, the knuckles. And we're gonna do that a couple of times. The shoulder, I really don't worry too much about the shoulder. I mean, you can if you really want that, but it's okay. I just assume just do the knuckles again. Do the knuckles. And there's 2 sets. There's the top set of knuckles and the bottom set. So you want to get those. And we'll do the elbow again. And just soak up the excess because you don't want it to run around. Let it run around. Just let it set on there for a minute because it's got to soak in. And I don't want to do 1,000 different layers. I do like the yellowing effect underneath though, because it looks really cute. It makes it more, makes the skin more realism, you know, and as you do it, it looks better. So we'll do it again. And then that, I gotta turn it around so you can see it. It's gonna look really cute. Although I'm putting a lot on here, so it's draining inside where I don't want it to. So you just gotta make sure you got your brush, get it out of the edges. And make sure I can see it. Might need another. You can see it, but it's real faint. And I don't want it to be so faint that you can't see it, or for it to shine through. I want it to shine through, you know, and it needs to, you know, when you bend your knuckles, they turn kind of whitish, yellowy color. That's what we're doing, is that color. Is that we're trying to do that color. Trying to achieve that color. And we're getting there. We are getting there. I think we're about there. Let's see. Do I like it? Yes. It's got the yellowy tint to it. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. You can see it kind of, the knuckles are kind of a different tone than the middle part, and then the arm. And we got one left. And then after the yellowing, we start the really coming alive part. We're doing the mottling. It's gonna be so good. And I think before I do the mottling though, I'm gonna do another flesh layer because he's kind of pale and I don't want him pale. We're gonna, and I'll show you how to do that layer. We're just gonna do a little. So I think before mottling, we're gonna add a little bit of color to him because he's kind of light complected right now. And we're probably gonna do probably 2 or 3 of these yellow tints. Make sure you use your little brush to get in between. Do the knuckles, on the knuckles on the top. They're on the top here. On the thumb. So let's get that out of there so it doesn't dry in there. And then we can leave it sitting for a minute. Because we got it on there. And you can do the shoulder if you want. We'll do the shoulder. I don't think it's a big deal. It does add to the realism, this having this yellow underneath when you do the other colors. Because I think there's like 4 or 5 colors in mottling that we're gonna do. There's a red layer, a purple layer, a blue layer, a green layer. And yellow, see, yellow, green, blue, and red, I think, and purple. I think there's five colors. I want this top one to be more yellow than it is. And for tonight, I think this is all I'm gonna do. I got the other baby to do, and it's got yellowing on him to do. I'll do that tomorrow. But I wanted to get this one ready for mottling, and he's ready for mottling, but I think I'm gonna add, he's still kind of light complected. So I think I'm gonna darken him up just a little bit. And we're gonna do that just a little bit. I want him to be a little bit darker than he is. I don't want him to be totally light colored. He needs a little bit more, color. I think. The elbow's good. Okay. I think that's good. And we're going to cover this so it doesn't evaporate overnight, because I'm going to use the yellow for the other one. But for tonight, I think we're done. Let me try to get him so you can see. I don't know if you can see. I might have to take this off, but I don't know. See, I don't know if you can see the hint of it. Yeah, you can see the hint of the colors. So you can see it. You can see the yellowing. It looks more like a flesh kind of look, and it looks really good. So I'm pretty pleased with it so far. So that is it for tonight, and we will be back possibly tomorrow to do that flesh layer and make him look, it's just going to be a real light flesh. I'm just going to add a little bit of color to it, like I'll mix up the flesh and put just a teeny tiny bit of red in it, so it adds a little bit of color. But I don't know, maybe not. I'll ask his mom if that's what she wants. If she likes him the way he is, then we'll do him the way he is, and that'll be good. So anyway, I will see you in the next video.